Hey yo. Hey pickaboos. Hey haters. How y'all doing? Happy blessed Thursday. Happy blessed Thursday. How y'all doing on this beautiful blessed Thursday? We taking the jackets out the closet, thinking it's cold outside, and then when you go outside, you're overdressed because you got on winter clothes and it feel like summer. They gave us a few cold days and then it went back to the 70s. Got to be more careful. Got to be more careful. How y'all doing on this beautiful Thursday? Girl, stop. Get out your feelings. Get out your emotions. He woke you up to see another day. And I don't understand why we still be complaining like that. Because he allowed us to see another day. And we still be with all that whining and complaining and moping and all that kind of stuff there. When at the end of the day, you're still here. Dear God, his grace and his mercy are sufficient enough for you and you. And we still here and we complaining. Tell me why. Just tell me why. Just tell me why. Why we never have enough. Why? Why y'all just don't enjoy life? Hey, Wanda girl. Hey, Wanda. Now, where the rest of them at? I told them I was coming over here. So where they at? Oh, unless that was a lot of pickaboos. But the ones we was interacting, they be over here. hmm And then some people probably don't have the YouTube, but they be over here. Don't forget to like, press the like button, subscribe, and share the video. You know how to share the video, Wanda? How, Wanda, you know how to share the video? hmm That's a shame, Wanda. We ain't got together yet. Every time I be telling you I'm coming down that way, I'ma holler at you. Hey, sister girl. Hey, queen. I'ma holler at you in the area. It's just me. Don't feel no type of way. It's just me. hmm Hey, sister girl. Hey, queen. hmm I love it when it be nothing but queens be coming on here. Ain't nobody hating on nobody. We all love one another. That's all that matter. How about that? That's all that matter. hmm I'm blessed and highly favored. And how you doing, queen? hmm All the phenomenal women. We're gonna be around. It's gonna be a bunch of us, just phenomenal women. Just God favor. God got his favor on so many of us. It's a sin of shame. He love us. His grace and his mercy, huh? His grace and his mercy. hmm I'm waiting to, yeah. hmm our other sister on here say hey to the queens. hmm From one queen to another. hmm I ain't start the topic yet because I'm trying to give some of them a little time to come on here. hmm 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 And I told y'all about the clock, so y'all could be back there looking at the clock. I can't change the battery. Can somebody come? No, somebody come. When the other queen come down here to New Orleans, they gonna come down here and she gonna change the battery for me. hmm God put some other people in my life. I got a new sister. hmm hmm And thank God for the new sister that He put in my life. hmm So you could have people that really, really love you, and you could have sisters and brothers that are your sisters and brothers. That's not by blood. That's not by your mother or your father. But God put other people in your life. hmm hmm Real people, genuine people. That part right there. hmm People that's gonna love you and accept you for who you are. How about that? Got to be more careful. hmm Right there. So y'all, the topic today is like it's seven of us, right? It was seven of us. It was my brother Warren Mays, and then 11 months later, it was me, which is Ann Mays. For the people who don't know, thank y'all for tuning into my channel. Thank y'all to the pickaboos in the back. That's in the back. I thank y'all for being on my channel, and thank you, Lisa girl. And Lisa said, hey to everyone that's in the room. So what I want y'all to do is all us queens that's on here, if we got another queen that enter the room, can y'all just be respectful and say, hello to everybody, to all the queens that's in the building? You know what I'm saying? To all the queens that's in the building, all the queens, from one queen to another. I'm a queen, you're a queen, and every other woman on here is a queen, a phenomenal woman, right? On here, the queens are on here. We ain't on here for all that drama and all that other stuff. We queens that's working on us, that's want to live right, want to enjoy life. You know what I'm saying? And want to help one another. Mm-hmm. That's our goal, to help one another as queens. Mm-hmm. So let me get a little sip. Wanda, where my drink at, girl? Mm-hmm. So y'all listen. So let me say that. So back to what I was saying. It was my, thank you, Wanda, for the drink. It was my brother Warren, and then it was me. Then it's me, not was, because was is like passing. It's me and Warren. It was Warren. Warren passed away. Warren, expired in 1999, right? So it's me, and then after me, it was my sister Sunshine, right? My sister is no longer here anymore. That was my road dog. And if I can't see nothing else, I know she loved me. I know that sister loved me for dear life. Hey, Ron. Hey, Rhonda. All right. Hey, Queen. Hey. So, y'all, we got another queen in the building. Thank you for the drink, Rhonda. Rhonda. So, my sister Sunshine, my sister Sunshine is M-Line's mother. So, my nephew, the jacket I had on yesterday with all the patches, that's my nephew clothing line. And it's called M-Line. That's what I'm saying. And his mother is no longer here. And that's my sister. And after my sister Sunshine, it's my sister Melanie. I have another sister named Melanie, and then after her, I have another brother. Y'all don't forget to press the like button. Y'all, now why I got 2 likes up there? Can y'all please just press the like buttons, because that help a lot. All us queens on here, can y'all just press the like button, please? Can y'all just press the like button? Hey, Pamela, can y'all just press the like button? And if y'all know how, can y'all share? Thank you for sharing the live. Can y'all share the live? Press the like button. The like only say 3 likes. We got to do better. We got to do better. Because every time I come on here, I'm schooling somebody. I'm schooling them about life. See what I'm saying? I'm an OG. I'm 59 years old, and I've been through a lot in my life, and I'm trying to make a difference in somebody else's life. Some other queen, I don't want our younger queens to go through the things that we've been through in life. I don't want the younger queens to make the same mistakes that I made. So can y'all get the likes up, right? The likes stay 5, and we got more than 5 people that's on this live. Y'all got to do better. Y'all got to do better. So, well, why the likes say 5 and not say 4? Well, what's really going on? Somebody took their like back? Got to be more careful. Right. So listen, why when people be on like Instagram and stuff like that, or they be on YouTube, or they be on like TikTok and different platforms, why we always have to just ask y'all to press the like when y'all automatically should just press it, because it's gonna be something that you like. So just come on there and press the like where I don't have to ask you to press the like. Oh, you don't see a like button? The like button is a thumb. It's like this. It's a thumb that's going up, and they got a thumb that's going down. The one going down state that you don't like it, and the one that's going up. Right. And it says it only have 10. It have 10 people. It says they have 10 people on here, but it only have 6 likes. And I'm sure if y'all on here, y'all like what we talking about. So just press the like button, y'all. Just match the like buttons with the people that's on here. We don't have no control over the pickaboos, so it is what it is. But because pickaboos been following me everywhere I go. So that's a good thing to me. Let them keep following. That means they listening and they lurking and they watching. And that's why they be tossing and turning, flipping and tripping. Right string, wrong yo-yo. They got to be more careful. How about that? Because what we don't see, the man upstairs see. And he's trying to figure out, not trying to figure out, he be asking them, well, why are you a pickaboo? And why are you in the back? And why you don't want to be seen? It's okay. It's okay. Some people live a private life and they don't want nobody to know that they be on social media. And some people got good jobs and they don't want their job to know they be on social media and all that kind of stuff that, but it is what it is. So, all right, I have a brother named Isaiah after my sister Melanie. And then I have another brother named Burnell. And my brother Burnell, he have a story too. My brother Burnell, thank you, my baby. My brother Burnell was incarcerated in Angola for 27 years for a crime that he didn't commit. And I can't really tell his story, because that's his story. But one of our corrupted police officers put my brother in jail and his two friends, and all of them was real, real young. And they stood in jail the majority of their young life. Now my brother is home. He got exonerated, him and his friends, and they've been home for 2 years. Thank you, my baby. He been home for 2 years. And I wish my platform gets so big so I could have people come on my platform just sharing their story and stuff like that. It's going to get that big. I ain't going to say I wish. It's going to get that big. You just heard? Oh, thank you. But anyway, so it's my brother Bernell, and then I had another little brother. They called him Sweet. They called him that, but his name is Renardo, but he passed away. So out of all 7 kids that my mom had, because it's no longer, now it's 8 people and it's 8, thank y'all. So 2 people dropped off. It is what it is. Right. So out of all 7 of my mother's kids, 5 of us been pum pum. 5 of us been, yeah, like one time, well, for instance, I think I was the first one to get, no, my older brother, they tried to hit him up before, he been pum before, but he didn't get unalive that time. So, and I wind up getting pum and wind up getting in the wheelchair. But my other brother, he got pum first, and then I wind up getting pum second, and then my other brother got pum before, and then my other brother got pum before, and then my other brother got pum before. So out of all 7 of my mama kids, 5 of us been pum. 5 of us been pum. Now my sister is no longer here. It's a touchy situation. I don't want to really talk about my sister not being here because, right, you're right. I don't really want to talk about my sister not being here, but my sister, her fiance found her, she flatlined, right? And I'm gonna talk a little bit about my sister, because I don't think like my nephew be on my YouTube channels and all that kind of stuff there, because he be on social media, but not like I don't want him to really, really get off into his feelings. But I think if he hear me talking about his mom, he probably just branch off and get off or whatever. Now my sister lost her oldest son. He used to catch seizures, right? And to a lot of y'all that's out there that think a child with asthma, a child that catch seizures, that they can't lose their life like that. Why you tell me something was on my mouth? So when Katrina hit, my nephew was in a trailer by himself. He was in the trailer by himself, and he wound up catching a seizure, and he passed away. Now, I'm going to say this. A lot of people deal with that different from other people. So my sister had her good days and her bad days. But mind you, that was her oldest child. And my sister loved Howard. So my sister never really got over the fact that she lost her child. So she would have her good days and her bad days. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes she'll want to come outside, and some days she don't want to be bothered and stuff like that, you know. So from time to time, you know, they give you antidepressant pills and stuff like that. You know, they tried to give me antidepressant pills, and I really didn't want to take them because some of those pills have side effects. So my sister would take, you know, little pills and stuff like that, and thinking it's going to ease, you know, the pain and stuff like that, you know, and her taking the pills, like, you know, like some people, they can't deal with life, you know, and no matter, we'll be around each other and stuff like that, and she'll be happy for a minute, and she'll be kissing me saying, sister, I love you, and all that. And we didn't have our love when it's like our love fuss and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? But when it came down to me, that's a sister that didn't play about her sister, right? Right. So around the holidays, huh? So Wanda, so my sister used to take her little pills and stuff like that, you know, depression pills and different pills and stuff like that. I guess to ease the pain, you know. So did I like her when she used to, like, you know, take her little antidepressant or whatever, you know, she take her what pills or whatever she take, whatever. I never really like her taking a pill or something like that, because, you know, it'll make her feel some kind of way, and she's a jolly person, right? So it was a couple of times we had talked and stuff like that, and she'll say, sister, I flatline a couple of times and stuff like that. And I was like, you know, I didn't know what flatline did mean. I never heard that before. And I was like, oh, what is you talking about? You know, when we'll be saying, and she'll say, for real. And I never really knew when she said flatline, it's like, you know, you then passed away, but I never knew that. You know, it's called a lack of knowledge. A lot of us, we think we know everything, but we really don't, you know. And I'm like, you know, and then I never knew what it was. I'm gonna say it again. I never knew what flatline meant. So my sister was found in a her mother, by her mother. You know, it was after the storm, and my sister had asthma, right? So she used to take, you know, and have an asthma machine and stuff like that. So it was one of the storms. I don't know if it was Ida, one of the storms where she was like, sister, you leaving? And I was like, no, I ain't leaving. I'm gonna stay here and ride it out. And she said, well, me and my mother, we gonna go and get a hotel. I think it was the Marriott, the Hilton, or one of the hotels on Canal Street, because her mother really loved her, right? So when she said that she was gonna be with her mother, I remember plain as day I had cooked some turkey necks, and she came to my house because she went and got my medicine, and she brought my medicine to me, right? So she ate the turkey necks, and she cooked better than me, you know, and I just wanted her opinion on how my food tastes. And she was like, oh, girl, you did your thing and stuff like that. And she was like, it tastes good and stuff like that. So she said, I'm gonna be calling, checking on you and stuff like that. And she said, me and my mother, we're gonna be at the hotel on Canal Street and stuff like that. You know, I remember talking to her on the phone and this and that. So mind you, the lights went out. And I was living in some apartments off of Franklin. And the lights went out. And a lot of people evacuated, but I didn't leave this time. I left during Katrina and stuff like that. But by me staying higher on higher grounds, I just felt like it wasn't gonna be that bad. So it wound up, the lights went out and stuff like that. So when the lights went out, I was stuck upstairs because they had elevators in the apartments where I was living. And some of y'all, if y'all can go and watch my video, y'all see me coming down the steps backwards because the lights was out in the building. So I was going down the steps because they had no electricity in the building. So when they called and said that my sister was going to the hospital and stuff like that, and they were saying that, in my mind, I'm thinking my sister gonna be all right and stuff like that. And they told us that she didn't make it. I was really like devastated because I was with her. And I thank God that we got an opportunity to be together. And she told me she loved me. And I told her I love her. And I never thought that that would be the last day that I would see my sister. Y'all forgive me. And a lot of stuff that be happening. I be saying, yeah, I'm sorry. A lot of stuff that be happening. I be saying, if my sister was here, because that was my backbone. And I be saying, I know if my sister was here, I wouldn't have to ask people to do stuff. And nobody wouldn't play with me the way that some of these females try to play with me. But because even when she felt like I was wrong, I never was wrong in her eyes. And that's a sister I wouldn't trade in for the world. And she felt like a lot of times, and we feel like sometimes, like we always felt like my mama had a favorite. But I'm not gonna lie, my mama loved all us. And it's that we got a younger sister, and we used to always think that my younger sister was my mama's favorite. But all parents have different children that they treat a little bit different. Not to say that my sister, I never felt like my sister was my mama's favorite. I just felt like my little sister got away with a lot of stuff that we didn't get away with because that was my mama baby girl. And I love y'all more. And I just think about my sister because when it came down to me, even with my children, she didn't play with my children. She didn't play with nobody. She was overprotected when it came down to me. To me, that was my legs that didn't walk because she didn't let nobody play with me. And I thank God that I had the opportunity to tell her that I love her. And I think about my nephew, and every time I look at my nephew, I look at my sister. He looked just like his mama. And every time I look at him, I think about my sister. I think about my little niece. She have one daughter. I think about my sister all the time when holidays come around. when she not there. And I think about my brother Warren. Warren was overprotected of me. It was stuff that happened. And Warren was like, get my sister, get my sister. You know, I miss him. I miss a lot of my loved one, you know. And when my grandmother was here, it was like the family get together on Christmas, you know, on Thanksgiving, and all us, you know, get a chance to be around each other, even if we have an argument or we fuss and we bring up old stuff. But now that my grandmother's not here anymore, life is just different, you know. The family is not family. It's not the same, you know. It's just not the same, no matter how much you convince yourself to believe that, you know, it's never, the family will never be the same. Our family is never the same, you know, because like I'm the auntie. So I'm trying to tell you, like if my nieces and nephew will call her, she'll say, I'm not the auntie y'all call. It's not me. Y'all talking about Annie because they call me Annie. And sometimes what bothers me is that all my nieces and nephew, out of all the nieces and nephew I have, if I knew they was my nieces and nephew by my brother Warren, my brother Warren got over 20-some children, almost 30 children. And you mean to tell me I played a major part in those kids getting to know each other, being around each other, you know, and they don't, some of them don't even pick up the phone and call, you know. It been time I've been over backwards. If the mother call and ask, you know, me for something and say the children need something, I make sure if I got it, I make sure I go get them. I spend time with them. I go out of town. I take them with me and all that kind of stuff there. And they older, they young adults now. And at the end of the day, I be saying, why, as an adult parent, don't say, well, you call your auntie Ann? I was thinking about that just the other day. I was like, you know, because a lot of, you know, stuff I gave to my nieces and stuff like that. And I was like, you know what? I ain't talked to my niece. It been like a couple of months or whatever. And I be saying, why they just don't pick up the phone and say, Auntie, I'm just calling to check on you, make sure you're all right, you know, because they do love me. But at the end of the day, you know, I be thinking about all that. You know, it be time sometime, you know, my phone don't ring. And sometimes my phone ring, but it might be somebody calling my phone or whatever. And I'd be like, you know what? Why, as life go on, people say they love you, but while you still here, they don't extend the love like they really love you. You know what I'm saying? You're just a phone call away. You know what I'm saying? But the minute something happened, or the minute somebody passed away, you know what I'm saying? Hey, my baby, the minute somebody passed away, everybody won't cry wolf and everybody won't, you know, wear the t-shirts and all that kind of stuff there, you know. And where the love at? Where the love? Why, you know, I'm still here. Where the love at? That people is still here and you get an opportunity to kiss them and hug them and show them that you really, really love them. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Cliff. Thank you. But people really don't, if you would live your life worrying about people and not living your life, I think I live my life the way I see fit. And I thank God that I draw closer to Him. But if I would live my life through other people and worry about and live my life the way other people would want me to live my life would be totally different. It'd be totally different, you know, because people want to dictate how you should live your life when they're not living their life right. Thank you. Thank you. That's all. That's my plans. It's just to be, yo, it got 19 people on here and it got 11 likes. Can y'all just press the like button? Just let me know y'all here. That's all. And I promise y'all, every time I come on here, I won't disappoint y'all. I'm gonna make somebody's life different with, even if it's just one person. I promise you, I'm gonna say something to change somebody's life. And it's like people don't realize, hey Cynthia, people don't realize that you losing somebody that you really love, right? You losing somebody that you really, really love, it takes a toll on you, and somebody that you would never ever see again in real life, and at the funeral, I remember, like my sister used to call me, and she used to be going through stuff with my little niece and stuff like that, and they'll be, have their little arguments and stuff like that. So at my sister's funeral, my little niece was screaming and hollering and saying, "Mama, I'm sorry. I wish I would have answered the phone." So to y'all out there that have a mother and she's still here, or a father, and if they call you and you're mad, get out your feelings, get out your emotion. Even if you just got to pick up the phone and say, "Mama, how you doing?" or whatever. Even if you got a mama that's calling you to talk about something you really don't want to hear, just pick up the phone, because you don't know if that's going to be your last call. If that's going to be her last call. See what I'm saying? And when my little niece was crying and saying, "Mama," her and her mama was, like going through something. My sister used to be fussing at her and stuff like that. And my sister would call and she don't answer the phone, and she'd be mad at my sister and stuff like that. And she wasn't talking to her mama when her mama passed away. She was angry. And my sister was trying to, just tell her certain things or whatever. And I'm going to say this, we parents, and we don't have all the right answers. We've been young before, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I could kid you not, my sister was only trying to tell her wrong from right. That's all. And she probably didn't like what my sister was saying. And by her not answering the phone when she was at the funeral, she was screaming and howling and saying, "Mama, I'm so sorry. I wish I can talk to you again." And you can't go back. And you can't go back. She can't bring them days back when my sister was trying to call and talk to her, because you so mad and you so angry and you so bitter, and you're not going to answer the phone because you caught up in your feelings. And they got another little girl that I know, mama just passed. And she was beefing with her mama too. And she said it. Me and my mama was beefing. Now who you gonna beef with? Now your mama not here anymore. Now you gotta go look down on your mama because you was beef. You were so caught up in your feelings and your emotion. And for you to say you was beefing with your mama, you're gonna have a many lonely days and lonely nights, because somebody wish they could beef with their mama in real life. Right, the same thing, huh? The same thing. And they don't want to listen. They don't want to listen. And guess what, y'all? I don't mean to come on here and constantly always talk about my children and all this. My daughter, I ain't talked to my daughter in a year. Almost a year. No, a year. My daughter ain't talked to me in a year. And I tried to call her. I even much less left verse message and say, if I hurt you in any kind of way, if I said something to offend you in any kind of way, mama love you. And she ain't never responded. Oh, wow. Yeah, because you by yourself, I'm Wanda. How about that? I literally, you can tell when somebody got you on block. My daughter have me on block. You know how you can tell when they have you on block? When the phone goes straight to voicemail. The phone goes straight to voicemail. I call my daughter and I leave a message, or I text and leave her a message. And I say, "Mama, sorry. If mama did anything wrong to say anything wrong to you or hurt you in any kind of way, even though I know I didn't do nothing wrong, but that's still my daughter, and I still want her to know that I love you. And I'm still here. If you need a shoulder to cry on or somebody to talk to, I'm still here for you." And my daughter is so stubborn to, at the end of the day, my daughter would see me in the streets and pass me by like I'm a stranger. You gonna try to call your mama tomorrow? Right. We gotta let it go. You gotta let it go. And I ain't gonna lie to you. I love my mama to death. And my mama make me mad sometimes too, because my mama says some stuff out of her mouth and I get in my feelings, you know what I'm saying? But I overlook that because at the end of the day, that's still my mama. That's still my mama. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nobody on this earth better not disrespect my mama or play with my mama. No matter how I feel about my mama, that's still my mama. You know what I'm saying? And so a lot of y'all out here being mad about something so simple, you know what I'm saying? Or you might be mad because you feel like your mama helped your sister and she ain't help you. You know what I'm saying? You might be caught up in your feelings because your mama could have helped you pay your bill and she helped your sister, but whenever you need help, she don't want to help you. Love her anyway because she gonna need you. Got to be more careful. How about that? Right, right. Yeah, like we could get mad with our spouse and all that kind of stuff there, and they go out there and cheat and be with another woman and all that, and y'all be quick to forgive them. There it is, right there. There it is, right there. Right string, wrong yo-yo. We could forgive everybody else. We could forgive the enemy, people that then lied and stole, or they owe you money. They then did all kind of stuff, then lied to your children about you. They made you seem like you're the bad person and all that. We could forgive all them, but you holding a grudge because you feel like your mama treat your brother or your sister better than you. Got to be more careful. Got to be more careful. You got to be the bigger person. Because at the end of the day, guess who she going to need? If you feel the need that your mama mistreat you and treat your other siblings better than you, guess what? You're going to be the one she need. You're going to be the one he need. You're going to be the one to be there. See the ones that they treat so good and do all this for them and all that, they'll be the one that throw them in the old folks home. Got to be more careful. How about that? How about that? That'll be the one. I didn't saw mothers and fathers then bent over backwards, then got used their whole pension and then got loans and all this to make sure they try and go to private school and all that kind of stuff done. And they threw their mama right in and they did in the old folks home. Got to be more careful. I'm talking to somebody on here that's a pickable. God allow you to get a beautiful house from your mama. And when your mama fell short and your mama got sick, you put your mama in an old folks home and you got a beautiful house with an extra room where you could have put your mama in there and took care of your own mama. Got to be more careful. And you married to a woman that don't even like your mama. Your mama did everything for you. Got to be more careful. How about that? How about that? How about that? How about that? So it's a lot of y'all, when you got a lot of siblings and all that kind of stuff there, you got a lot of sisters and brothers and all that. Say you the one that been over backwards for your mom and your daddy, but you get treated the worst. Cinderella. You get treated the worst. Got to be more careful. But guess what? God see everything. See that one that they've been over backwards for and do everything for and all that. Make sure they have this and make sure and they got their favorite grandchildren and they do for the son grandchildren and do for the other grandchildren and they don't do nothing for them same grandchildren that they don't do for. That's the one they're gonna need. That's the one that they're gonna need. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you that. Because the daughter that she think is Miss Perfect and got the perfect husband and a family and all that, you can't go by their house. She not gonna take you in. But that's who you get all your money to. That's who you help with the children. But the one who really need the help with their children, oh, you don't help that one. But the one that talk to you any kind of way, that treat you any kind of way, that don't come see you, that don't call you, that's the one you love the most. And that's the one gonna throw your ass in the old folks' home. I'm just saying. Somebody on here needed to hear that. Mm-hmm. I'm sending hugs to you, queen. I'm sending hugs to all my queens on here. Got to be more careful. Don't feel alone. Because for a long time, I felt like Cinderella. And when they call me Annie, I used to say, well, they call me Annie. So They started calling me that because I was like the little offering little redhead Annie. So I'm trying to figure out why they call me Annie. Did. And I guarantee you, my mama used to say, I'm going to work. When I come home, my house better be spick and span. And now that I'm older, I'm like, well, maybe I was the little often girl. Got to be more careful. But I ain't gonna lie on my mama. My mama made sure we had the best of everything. So I ain't gonna get on here and paint this picture. My mama was such a bad person and all that. My mama had nice things, and she made sure her children had nice things. But I think she was a little bit hard on me. Had me cleaning up her house, had me cooking and cleaning. I guess because I was the oldest sister, and when my little sister, my mama went to work, and when my mama went to work, my little sister had caught a whipping, and my mama went to work. So my little sister was hiding under the sofa. She cried and went hide under the sofa. So we looked all over the house. We was living in the Desire Project. Looked all over the house. Nobody couldn't find her. We didn't know where she was. So we got to ask her. And she was like, y'all better find my baby. Y'all better find my baby. And she really whipped us because we couldn't find her baby. All the while, my little sister was under the sofa. But we got to ask her for that. Her baby got to be more. Her baby ain't had to clean up. Her babies don't do no wrong. But I ain't gonna lie, when it come down to us, my mama children, wrong or right, she gonna tell us about ourselves, but she don't play about our children. But let me say this, y'all. Let me get a little closer. She don't play about her sons. Got to be more careful. How about that? Right straight, wrong, you. She was hard on me. She might say she wasn't, but she was. She was. Got to be more careful. So my sister, Sunshine, always felt like my mama didn't love her, which is not true. But in her heart, she felt like my mama, had her favorite. And I used to be like, girl, whatever, get over it like that. But my sister always felt like, but my mom and her used to be together and go shopping and all that kind of stuff. When I was out here robbing and jacking and doing all that, they used to be together and going different places and going to the mall and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I ain't getting my feelings, but my sister, I don't know what happened between her and my mama, but my sister started feeling some kind of way. Like, she felt like my mama didn't love her. So in between her feeling that my mama wasn't giving her the love that she wanted and her losing her son, she was dealing with all that. Because we would go over there and she would say, yeah, but mama do this and mama this and this and that. And I had to hear, because that was my sister. But at the end of the day, she just felt like she was spoiled. She was spoiled, and she wanted my mama a certain way. And if she felt like she wasn't getting that, she'll go in her depression stage. How about that? Your mama and daddy, 16 children together. 16 children. Your mama had 16 children together, and I'm the middle child. I'm the glue that holds the family together until I lost my older sister 3 years ago. I've been distant in that period of time of changing me. Wow. So you mean to tell me your mama had 16 children? Got to be more careful. But y'all know, like back then, when they was coming up, our like older parents and stuff like that, they was having children like that. See what I'm saying? And we're in the real world, we really not supposed to get our tubes tied. We're really not supposed to get a hysterectomy and all that kind of stuff. All that type of stuff that we do to our body, we really not supposed to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because back then, they didn't have all that birth controls and all that kind of stuff. That's why a lot of like our ancestors and older people had 13, 14, 15, 16. They was real nasty. And like a lot of us nasty too, but we just got we got protection. But them people, they couldn't stop them from having babies. They was having babies back to back. 8 boys and 8 girls. Oh wow, now that's big. So how many? Wow. So how many grandchildren your mom and them had? Wow. And how many of them still alive? Wow. So only one of them passed away out of all 16 of them? Wow. If that ain't a big family. Same mother and same father. Wow, now that's big. Do your daddy have any outside children that you know of? Or was he one of the faithful men that went to work and came back and brought the check home? Because it seemed like they was meant for each other. Wow. I know, like my grandmother, thank y'all for the likes, man. I know my grandmother, it was like 13 or 14 of them. Yeah, back then they was having a lot of children. So out of all of them, is your sister the only one is not here anymore? Because that's a lot of kids. And if the rest of them is still here, and how many of y'all is still close to each other? Because I know you say that you distant yourself. Yeah, times change, but how many of y'all are still here? You can hear me? Wow. Talking about a family reunion. Now that's big. The same mama and the same daddy. That's big, Queen. That's big. Too many grandchildren to count. Yes, my parents' oldest set of twins passed away. No, my father doesn't have any outside children. Wow. Wow. And a set of twins? Wow. Wait, both of the twins passed away? Both of the set of twins passed away? Wow. That's love. All the children for the same man? Wow. That's how I wanted my life to turn out to be. Unfortunately, it didn't. I wanted to be with the same man and have all the children for the same man, but it didn't happen like that. Oh, you never met your older brother? Oh, wow. Wow. But look at me. I found out. So I got cousins, right? And one of my cousins, me and my cousin was talking like 3 weeks ago. And my cousin is 50-some years old. Why he found out that they had a brother by their mama and didn't even know it. And the brother passed away. They had a blood test. So my cousin didn't do a blood test. His son did a blood test and found out that was their uncle. Got to be more careful. They had 2 sets of twins. Wow. So now, when me and my cousin was talking, he said he got a brother that just passed away, and the brother have children. How about that? And the children ain't even know that they is kin to us. Got to be more careful. Your older sister who passed away, her twin passed away before I was born. Oh, wow. Wow. Now that's big. That's big. So just imagine your mama having a child and everybody in the family, you got a sibling and you don't even know about it until they pass away. And y'all do a DNA on your son and find out that your brother that you never met is your brother. So I asked my cousin, I said, what, that's your daddy child? He said, no, that was my mama child. Got to be more careful. Got to be more careful. So just think of what's going on in the world right now. They got so just think when you see somebody and they be like, girl, I saw somebody in Houston, I saw somebody in Atlanta, they look just like you. I got another sister that named Lisa by my daddy, and my sister Lisa looked just like my daddy. My sister Lisa looked more like my daddy than me and my brother. And I got another brother named Travis, and him and my sister Lisa look like they got the same mama and daddy, which they don't. And I got another brother named Manny that's incarcerated that look identical to my daddy. So listen. So I got a cousin. I got a cousin named Rashan. Her daddy and my mother is sisters and brothers, right? Now, her mama's sister got a baby for my daddy. Got to be more careful. So my cousin, first cousin, is my brother. Got to be more careful. Right string, wrong yo-yo. How about that? How about that? So my little brother by my dad, and then I got another sister that they call what they call her? JoJo. I think I got another sister that I met by my daddy, and me and her look just alike. When my face full, because my face small when I lose weight for the thousandth time. When I lose weight, my face gets small. But if you see my daddy, other daughter, the young lady that I met, we got the same face structure. When she smiles, she a pretty girl. That's my sister too. I remember my daddy being with her mama. Guys, to be more careful. And the sad part about it is that other people, like other siblings on the outside, your daddy, they got children. And I don't be trying to like be mean or be distant from her or nothing like that. But at the end of the day, I know of her, but I don't really know her. But it's sad to say that we don't have a relationship because she is my sister. How about that? And then all my daddy siblings, the majority of my daddy siblings, not on his mother's side, but on his daddy's side, live in Chicago. So my aunties and uncles that live in Chicago, they know of us, but seeing us, they know I be on social media and stuff like that. They know of me because I met my cousins and stuff like that. I met I think like two of my cousins that came down here for one Mardi Gras, something like that. And me and my cousin, we look alike. You could tell we got the same facial structure. And I looked at her children. Her sons look just like my brother Wormer children. Got to be more careful. And they don't know. They know they got family, like in New Orleans, people that they can to in New Orleans, but they don't know us. Now, I got an auntie named Holly. All right, my brother Wormer have a son named Curl. Curl. Why? My uncle that live in Chicago name was Carl. And my brother Wormer had no idea that he had an uncle name was Carl. How about that? Because my brother was passed away when his baby mama was pregnant and she named her son Curl. And I don't even think she knew. If she didn't know, now she know that her son is named after my uncle. My uncle name is Carl Mays. And my nephew name is Carl Mays. And all of my aunties and uncles, I got an uncle named Michael, Uncle Michael. I got uncles in Chicago's aunties, and I never saw them in my life. And I know for sure that's my aunties and uncles because when my grandfather came down here, my grandfather, expired down here when he came and visit me and his nieces. Guys to be more careful. And the way that you spell our last name, Mays, that's not the correct spelling of our name. Our last name is Mays because my cousin is Sabrina Mays. My cousin Rushan, her mother is a Montana. My cousin Sabrina was married to a Montana. Got to be more careful. How about that? And y'all ready for this one? Is y'all ready for this one? My brother, I say, is Warren. It's me. It's Sunshine, and it's Isaiah, and my little brother named Burnell. My little brother named Burnell Jaluk. So let me say this. Right. So let me say this. Yeah, at a distance. Let me say this. I'm gonna say it again. So let me tell y'all my married name, my first married name. So y'all could connect the dots. My first married name was Jaluk. My children, last name, my two last children, last name, Jaluk. Y'all ready for this one? Is y'all listening? My brother, my little brother, Burnell, who just got exonerated, who been home 2 years. His last name, Jaluk. Got to be more careful. So y'all figure that out. My ex-husband, Jaluk. My little brother, Jaluk. Can anybody connect the dots? Can anybody connect the dots between me and my little brother? Since nobody seems to be able to connect the dots, and I know somebody, a pickaboo on here and somebody on here, they already know. So my mother, baby daddy, was a Jaluk, right? So my mother, baby daddy, cousin is the one that I married. Got to be more careful. So I married my little brother's cousin. Got to be more careful. So the guy my mama was dating, I was dating his cousin. So me and my little brother, by marriage, was carrying the same name by marriage. So my two children, if me and my ex-husband wouldn't have been married, is my brother is their uncle and a cousin. Got to be more careful. Right string, wrong yo wonder. So the guy who I was married to, a Jaluk. My brother, a Jaluk. So the guy who I was married to, for y'all who don't know, and I don't mean to keep on bringing this up, but I'm gonna tell it to y'all again. The guy I was married to is Mia X first cousins. Mia X mama and my ex-husband daddy is sisters and brothers. Got to be more careful. And Mia X daughter is my brother Warren daughter. Got to be more careful. Hello, somebody. So y'all don't think that y'all need to have family reunions and family function and have those kids around each other so they could get to know each other? Because I was looking on social media on Instagram, and one young lady was talking about she had a baby for a cousin. And she think it's okay because she said that's her fourth cousin. I thought blood is blood. You said, don't you think that's all evil? No, I don't think that's evil because you dealing with people that don't know. You know what I'm saying? My ex-husband is not related to me. My ex-husband is related to my brother. And we was all young. So my mama messing with a man and I'm down the line messing with his cousin. It's nothing evil about that. because we are not related. See what I'm saying? I'm saying this to say we in one big circle. Everybody know you got to be very mindful and very careful and get to know people before you start having children by 'em. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Right, a whole different platform. Right. See what I'm saying? So a lot of stuff that people be like, when the girl was talking about, oh, that's my fourth cousin and this and that, and she had a baby for her fourth cousin and she don't see no problem, nothing wrong with that. Now listen, if her and her cousin got together and they didn't know they was cousin, but let me tell y'all something, queens. When we get with people, get to know them before you start having children and having sex and all that. Get to know who they is. Get to find out who their family trees and who on the family tree and who then fell off the family tree. Got to be more careful. Because it's sad when y'all mix the same blood together. And I'm sorry if I read the comment wrong when you were saying that's evil. You know what I'm saying? I probably thought you were saying it was evil for us. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sorry if I read it a little dyslexic. But anyway, y'all, to all the queens out there, y'all, we got to be very mindful of who we sleep with, who we get a coochie to, who we got to get to know people before we start having children for people. And we got to know their family tree and know the history. You might be having children for somebody and getting in somebody's family is nothing but toxic. Nothing but a bunch of mess and confusion. And once you have children for people, you can't change and say, I don't want to be in that family no more. Now you're in a family that's full of mess and confusion. And it had nothing to do with you. And it been going on before you even enter the family. Got to be more careful. See what I'm saying? Your daddy told me, when dating a gentleman, it is important to get to know the whole family. That part right there. Just imagine all the children that my brother had. And let me say this. What this was last month, I posted the other young lady that I found out was my brother's child, right? And so me and my mama had, the talking because my mama wanted to know how I get to, meet the young lady and stuff like that and where she from and all that kind of stuff. So me to y'all, if y'all come out with the openings, if y'all come out in the openings and let us know that y'all have a child from my brother and stuff like that, well, why not get that child to interact with the other side of the family? Because you know what's going to happen? If they don't get to know they other side of the family on their daddy or their mother's side, they're going to wind up running into something, the same situation, and might have a baby for their sister or their brother or their cousin. Because the little girl is a fine, beautiful young lady. And if my nephews or one of my nephews would have ran across her, they would have been trying to get her. I'm just saying. Which one of my brothers? My little brother last name is Jaluk. Jaluk. Juluk. Jaluk. He got exonerated. Y'all can pull him up. He went viral on TikTok for telling a little bit of his story. But I don't blame him. My brother said he's not telling his story unless he get paid. Gossip sound about right. Is so my little brother and my ex-husband is cousins. Has nothing to do with me. So to you on there talk about, oh, you might be, no, I'm not his cousin. Thank you for the drink, Wanda. I'm not kin to my ex-husband. So it's a lot of things that y'all need to do your homework on before y'all start jumping in and out of the bed with different people. I'm just saying. Look how her mom and her daddy got 16 children by the same woman and the same man. Got to be more careful. How about that? And that was back then. But nowadays, many have. Let me see. My brother got all them children. Y'all want to know how many? The last baby mama got 3 for him. She the only one. Let me see. She the only one got 3. All the rest of them is different baby mamas. Don't let that go over your head. So while they around here hating on Warren Mays was knocking boots. Warren Mays said, get it, girl, and don't stop. Warren Mays said, you make me nasty, you make me want some. And he got some. Warren Mays was going through the front door and out the back door into the neighbor door to the other neighbor door. Got to be more careful. I'm just saying. I can understand why the men hate on Warren, because Warren took a lot of them girls. Warren was sneaking and creeping. Got to be more careful. How about that? I'm BJ. How about that? Got to be more careful. So, a lot of us is in this world. I'm in the world, but I'm not of the world anymore. But I came on here to let y'all know a lot of stuff that y'all doing to your mama, to your daddy, to your sisters, to your brother. You know, you mad, you angry, you holding a grudge. And what if a split second come and you won't see him again? And you'll be just like my niece saying, Mama, I wish I would have answered the phone. Mama, I wish I'm sorry, Mama. She got to live with that the rest of her life. The rest of her life. And we heard her at my sister's funeral. And that's my sister's only daughter. It's my nephew, M. Lyon. James is him and his sister. And she lost her daddy. So now she don't have a mama. And she don't have a daddy. And she was close with her grandmother too. So it's almost like she don't really have nobody but her brother. But she have us as family. And you know the sad part about it? When people act like they don't have family that really, really love them, and they go on the outside because they feel like, oh, that's my family. But I love my little niece to death. I love my little nieces to death and my nephews to death. But I can only embrace the love if they be around me or I see them. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm that auntie that want to do so much for my nieces and nephew and show them the way. And one of my little nephew, he was going through something. You know, he used to be going through stuff with his dad and all this shit kind of stuff. And I told him. He started staying with me for, you know, like a couple of months or something like that. And I never really wanted to get in, you know, the business with him and his dad or whatever. But I still saw something in him. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to go against my brother, you know, when he got into it with his son. But I talked to my little nephew and I told my little nephew, if you don't do nothing else, graduate from high school. And he did that. And my little nephew used to call me all the time, Auntie, I love you and stuff like that. But they get caught up in their feelings and they realizing that if they realize that the stuff they be mad with me about, come on now, that's the auntie that push you. That's the auntie that been there for you. That's the auntie that makes sure when your daddy didn't have or somebody else didn't have, that's the auntie. So when y'all get mad about simple little stuff and don't pick up the phone because you caught up in your feelings. And if God allowed me, God take me off this earth today or tomorrow, then all I'm gonna be crying. Oh, my auntie Ann, I love my auntie Ann. I wish my auntie Ann. Y'all got to think about life like that. None of us promised a split second. I could shut this computer down and go lay down, and it could be a day where I never wake up again in life. And then y'all be like, oh, if I shoulda, woulda, coulda. But why wait till a person pass away and then all of a sudden you love them to death and all this shit kind of stuff? It's never too late. God is a God of second chances. You could repent and say, Lord, I'm sorry. The way I've been treating my dad, the way I've been treating my mama. You know what I'm saying? I was listening to me saying, Mama, Daddy, I'm sorry. I love you. And they probably won't understand. But you did your part. And it's like God gonna take the weight off of your shoulder just because of you doing that. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Don't be so angry and so mad at something so small. Don't sweat the small stuff. Even if you got a mom and a daddy that reject you. Like I always say, sometimes some rejection is protection. What don't kill you make you stronger. Just make sure you don't be that way with your children. Make sure you don't bring that generational curse down to your children. I'm a living testimony. Everything I did in the way that I was, being disrespectful and all that kind. The only thing that came back on me is my daughter talking back to me, because I was talking back to my mom and I knew that was wrong. Nobody never told me, don't talk to your mama like that. That's gonna catch up with you. You're gonna read what you said. I never heard that before. I was too busy running around doing what I wanted to do. And now when I had children, and my daughter talked back to me like that, but at the end of the day, she don't ever let me catch him. But you got to take your lick. And now that I look at life and I'm older, even when my mom make me mad, I ain't gonna talk bad to my mama. I ain't gonna disrespect my mom. I ain't gonna do that. I'd rather just leave and say, all right, mama. And if she did something to hurt my feelings, I cry in the car. But I ain't gonna disrespect her. When you don't be disrespectful to your mama or your daddy, it takes so much weight off your shoulder. That's the battle that you can't win. Because he said, honor thy mother, thy father, thy days will be longer. When you disrespect your mama and your daddy, you shorten your days. And he also said, and I'm going to say it again, he said, don't provoke your children. So if you got a mama and she don't treat you right and this and that, and she thinking she got all the right answers and this and that, your mama pay for her sins too. Trust me. And I ain't gonna lie, I did a damn good job with my children. I did a damn good job at my children. And guess what? At the end of the day, I don't do none of the things I used to do. The devil, he had me when I was in the world. He let me go. And when he let me go, I ain't for him no more. So to know better is to do better. And I'm telling you, y'all got to do better. Or your life ain't going to never change. And that car, that house, the money you asking God for to help you with your bills and all that kind of stuff there, he not going to give it to you. Look at the way you're treating your sister, your brother. Look at the way you treat your mama, your daddy. Look at the way you look at the level of disrespect how you disrespect older people, elderly people. You are so disrespectful, and you want God to open the windows of heaven and pour out a blessing on you for what? You don't deserve it. You need to turn from your wicked ways, repent for your sins, and then you'll see God start moving in your life. And you'll see things gonna start manifesting. But God not gonna bless no mess. Be a woman like me. When people hurt you. And I know somebody on here say, I never forgive them for what they did. God don't want you to hurt and hate nobody. God forgave you. You're not perfect. How you could ask God for forgiveness? Then he forgive you, and you still holding a grudge about something somebody did to you so many years ago. You still mad. You still holding on to that. And you hindering your own blessing by holding on. I'm just saying. I forgave the woman that tried to take my life. That pum me in my back. I forgave. She ain't forgave herself. Because she feel like in her mind she ain't did nothing wrong, but she did. It was unjustifiable. She didn't have to try to unalive me. It was two of them. Again, we could have just fought. So me saying I forgive her, she never said she was sorry, but that's between her and the Creator. I'm not sitting around waiting for her to say she's sorry. But when she leaves this earth, she gonna tell somebody she's sorry. So a lot of y'all around here talking about y'all don't want to be the bigger person to tell somebody you're sorry, but at the end of the day, but you around here hurting people and doing stuff to people, and you want somebody to forgive you, and somebody to apologize to you, but you don't want to apologize for what you did. That part right there, the bathroom at the club. Gots to be more careful. Good night. Thank you, my baby. How about that? So It got to start with you. Stop holding grudges. Stop disliking people because somebody else don't like them. Get to know people for yourself. Some of y'all don't even like it. Or I don't do family. But you mess with somebody's son or somebody's daughter, but you don't do family. So you don't want to get to know your in-laws, your mother-in-law, your father-in-law. Why? You ain't got to run up all in this shit. You ain't got to constantly go by your mother-in-law and your father-in-law house and all that, but you need to get to know who you're sleeping with because their children are a reflection of them. How about that? How about that? If I sit down and tell y'all about some of the people family I was in, y'all realize, well, at the end of the day, if you was wise enough, you would have been so. The toxic been in families. But a new chef in town, you're gonna make it seem like the chef is the bad guy is the one that just came in town, and that's not the one. The seed already been planted before I even came along. When some guys out there cheating on you, they are a reflection of who their daddy was. Do I need to say that again? When some guys or some girls, if they've been cheating on you, they are a reflection of who their parent was and still is. Got to be more careful. Because if you got a girlfriend and she constantly want to be cheating on you and you good to her, she a reflection of who her mama was. Her mama was a hoe. And she's the undercover hoe. You have to break those cycles. The daddy was whorish. The daddy was cheating on the mom and the mama stood there. So the son is a hoe, like the daddy. Don't let that go over your head. Talk to your sons and daughters. Since y'all around here pointing the fingers like y'all so Miss Perfect and Mr. Perfect. Like I said in my poem, but it's reality. I say, do you know what it's like to repent for your sin and turn around and do it again? Lord, I'm sorry. Lord, forgive me. Lord, I repent. I promise I ain't gonna do it no more. How many of us then broke a promise? I promise I'm gonna leave him alone. I promise I ain't gonna never be with her again. I promise I ain't gonna never be with him again. Until they tell you what you want to hear. Oh, I love you so much. I'm so sorry. I never do it again. Yeah, right. Heard it all before. Yeah, right. Until one time it be one of those repent for your sin and you can't turn around and do it again because he put you in a place where you can't do it again. Got to be more careful. That part right there. Forgiveness most definitely is the key. Most definitely. So I'm holding a grudge and I'm mad at you and I'm bitter. So the whole while I'm looking back, I can't even see what's ahead of me because I'm so busy looking back. That's how a lot of y'all life is. Y'all holding on to shit y'all should have been left go. But no, y'all still holding on to that shit like you ain't never did nothing to nobody. You don't want to let go of some shit that somebody did to you, but you want somebody to let go of some shit you did to them. Got to be more careful. How about that? And y'all looking at the fact, oh, she in a wheelchair and all this happened to me. But guess what? Dear God, dear God, I'm here. I'm still alive. I'm still alive. Even though I'm in a wheelchair. How many people that's unalive? You know how many people that's unalive would love to be in my shoes right now? Just to be here. How many people would love for their loved one to be here, even if they was in a wheelchair? Don't let that go over your head. I'm in a wheelchair for a reason. You ever looked at it like that? Since y'all looking at it as a curse, I'm looking at it as a blessing for you, and you. Don't let that go over your head. Right string on you. I'm in a wheelchair for a reason. The enemy used her to pum me. But at the end of the day, he still allowed me to be here to raise my children from a wheelchair. How do you want it? I ain't laying in my grave. I stood here to raise those 4 little babies that needed me. Thank you, my baby. I had to learn that. So to y'all thinking this, oh yeah, she and all this going on with her and all that kind of stuff there. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. But guess what? The difference between me and you is I know who I am and whose I am. And this hair right here, it's mine. This little flat nose, little puffy nose, it's mine. And these lips are my lips. These little boobs, even though little raisins, they're mine. All you got to do is get you a good bra, and they'll make you look good. My little butt is mine, and nothing on my body has been altered. The only thing fake about me is my teeth. I had to get them pulled and throw it to the side and get some more. And at the end of the day, they mine. I got 2 screws at the top and 2 at the bottom. I stood in my lane. That's what I was able to afford. And they look beautiful. Got to be more careful. Hey, Nessa. Hey, sister girl. Hey, queen. How about that? So while y'all around here judging and pointing the finger, and Miss Thing said, I would never want to be in Miss Ann's shoes. I would never want to, I don't wish that on nobody. And girl, I don't wish my life on your life on nobody. You've been sliced and diced. You've been all caught up from the floor up. And you have the nerve. You have, girl, don't you know when you get to be my age, you're going to look a hot mess. What about when them silicones go to leaking? What about when that ass go to stinking? What about when they got to take that shit out your ass when you get older? What about when them silicones go to bother you? Then what? I don't wish that life on nobody. So when you speak on Miss Ann, and you talk about Miss Ann got a wrinkled face, and I'd rather have a wrinkled face any day than to have a face off somebody else's face, somebody else knows. That means you wasn't comfortable in your own skin. And you weren't comfortable with who God created you to be. So you had to alter your whole body, even your vagina. Got to be more careful. How about that? How about that? So to all y'all have so much to say about us that's getting older, you got to get there. And from what I see, the shit that y'all going through, some of y'all ain't going to make it to C59. Because y'all think it's cute. Who want to be cut on? I don't even like to go to the hospital less known and letting somebody constantly, oh, I want my boobs bigger, or I want them smaller, or I want my ass big, or I want my lips to pucker up, or I want my nose reduced. Oh, goddamn. Is there anything that you don't want done? Do you want me to change your ears too? Got to be more careful. And you have the nerve to say you don't wish my life on nobody. Wow. You weren't happy with yourself. Because if you was happy with yourself, you wouldn't have got all that done. Because everything people on the outside looking in, you just a fake brat dog. Oh, everybody be telling me I'm so pretty and this and that. You paid for beauty. That's not you. You paid for that. And all the money in the world, I'm not changing who I am. I'm not changing who I am. Beauty is within. I'd rather be beautiful on the inside any day. Than to be around here trying to set people up, lying, jumping in and out the bed with different every 15 minutes, every 30 days. I'd rather be who I am any day than to be who you are. What your children says about you. Thank God he ain't give you a daughter. Don't let that go over your head, Miss Thing. So when you try to play with me or say something about me, look in the mirror. Look in the mirror. Because that's not who you are. That's who you became. Something that you are not. I'm just saying. So when people say, oh, you say you new to them? Sorry, I'm new to your channel. Are you in a wheelchair? Yeah, I'm in a wheelchair, baby. I'm in a wheelchair because I was married. And the man I was married with was cheating on me with the young lady that we grew up around each other, whatever. She tried to unalive me, and it's right. The bullet is right here in my chest. That's a little bit of the story. So a lot of y'all, I thank God that a lot of people saw me on Real Report, somebody else YouTube channel, but I thank God that y'all found me on my channel. So I said that to say, just be who you are. And don't get me wrong, they got people that had surgery for themselves. But y'all gotta know it's consequences and repercussion and it's side effects. And I even know people that went and got lipo and they couldn't stop eating and the stomach came right back and they had to go again. Got to be more careful. I'm just saying, just get comfortable in your own skin. Find somebody who's going to love you for who you are. And if you do go get lipo, do it for you. Do what make you happy. If it make you feel good about yourself and it make you look good and you have to do it because you want to lose weight, there ain't nothing wrong with that. But getting cut up from the floor, from your foot all the way to your head and just transforming your whole body, got to be more careful. That means you're not happy with who you was. Now you somebody else and you want the world to accept you for who you are, but that's not even you. Got to be more careful. Thank you, my baby. Thank you for tuning in. And thank y'all for pressing the likes. So to you that's on here, and I'm going to say this. If y'all going through something, the holidays is coming up. Somebody like my sister on here, another queen on here, Wanda, she don't have no parents either. She ain't got nobody. It's just her. You know what I'm saying? And it's people like her that wish they had their mother in their life. You know what I'm saying? Somebody else on here don't have a mother or father, don't have nobody. Somebody on here don't have no children, want children, but don't have. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, y'all got to appreciate the things that y'all do have. It's the little things. Because at the end of the day, we ain't promised a split second. Just enjoy your life like it's the end of your life. Wake up and say, Lord, I thank you. I might not have everything that my heart desire, everything that I want and need, but I thank you because he ain't have to wake none of us up today. And I am so forever grateful. In spite of my imperfection and me being in a wheelchair, it is what it is. I remember me crying and saying, Lord, why I have to go through this and why people treat me like this and this and that. And he said, why not? He said, you around here crying and moping and all that and worrying about what people doing to you. He said, do you realize what they did to me? Man up. Get out your feelings. Get out your emotions. Because somebody right now is suffering. Somebody can't walk. Somebody can't talk. Somebody can't see. Somebody ain't got no hands. Somebody ain't got no leg. And they grateful because they're here. Don't judge me for my outer appearance. Judge me for the person on the inside that's able to come on here and share my testimony with somebody that needed to hear. Don't go to bed tonight being angry and mad at somebody that you love. It could be a husband. It could be a wife. It could be a spouse. It could be your mom. It could be your daddy, your children, your grandchildren. Don't go to bed holding a grudge against somebody when all you have to do is forgive them. Say, Lord, I forgive them anyway. Even if they don't want to accept your apology, just say, I'm sorry. And that's all you can do. You can't do no more and no less. You can't buy and say, oh, let me give you some money because I know what I did. No, sorry is good enough. That's good enough. See, everybody talk about the bad in me. But you ain't never once heard nobody share my video when I told this young lady who tried to unalive me, I forgive her. I said, I forgive you. You ain't gonna never get that video shared. But if I was on here going off cursing and, want to knuckle up and all that kind of stuff, they'll share that. But guess what? My platform that I have, God about to take me somewhere that I ain't never been before. And either y'all gonna ride on the band or y'all gonna fall off. And whoever gonna ride, it's gonna be a good ride. Because all the queens, all the phenomenal women we have in the world, we gonna link up and we gonna live our best life. You're either with me or you're against me. And the train don't stop. This train gonna keep on rolling, with y'all or without y'all. I'm a warrior. And guess what, girl? The stuff that you going through, is it anything like what I've been going through? I'm gonna ask you again, is there anything like what I've been going through? And if the question is no, girl, you better lift your head up and say, Lord, I thank you. I'm sorry for being so ungrateful. And my sister, my queen sister, could smile even when she don't have nothing to smile about in her mind sometimes, when I got a whole lot to smile about. When I go to feeling down and out, I be, you know what, I got to man up. And from one queen to another, girl, you better man up. Don't sweat the small stuff. Because guess what? Some things are out of our control. And when stuff is out of your control, ain't nothing you could do about it. That part right there. When stuff is out of your control, some things we don't have no control over. And some things, all the money in the world can't change. You can't buy love. That's why he said, what profits a man to gain the whole world and lose their soul? I'd rather have Jesus than silver and gold, money and all that. I'd rather have him in my life because he give me peace. He give me joy. And long as he got everything, I got everything. My blessings come from God. I don't want nobody to give me nothing and then talk about, oh, I did this, I did that. God don't do that. He don't do that. We fall short and he still find a way to bless us. He still find a way to bless us. We fall short, we leave him, we get bitter, we get angry. And he's so awesome, he always pull us back. And say, you around here worrying because you ain't have your way or you ain't get it when you want. Now you mad. And you ain't get it when you want to get it. So you mad instead of just trusting me and know his time His own time, because He's an on-time God. When stuff don't happen when we want it to happen, don't mean it ain't gonna happen. Just wait on Him. If you're gonna say you have faith, have enough faith as a mustard seed. You know how small a mustard seed is? But you around here talking about, oh, I love God and I'm a trust God and all. No, you don't. Because you're still bitter. You're still angry. You're still mad. You're still holding a grudge. You don't know who you are and whose you are. When you get to know who you are and whose you are, you're going to see life totally different. You're a queen. Just like me. Even if you're a dope queen. And I'm a light queen, but you're still a queen. And that's all that matters. Nobody should. You have to wait for nobody to validate you. I say, oh, girl, you're so beautiful. You're a queen and all that. You got to know you're a queen. I could call you a queen all day. But you got a Negro in the house that's calling you ugly, fat, stupid, dumb. And you taking all that. And you starting to believe exactly what he said. When you should be saying, oh, well, that's the way you feel. That's what you say. But I know who I am. You better put some clothes on. Dress up. Do your hair. Do what you do. You work for it. Get your nails, your toes, and all that. Make yourself feel good about yourself. Stop doing for everybody else and neglecting yourself. Have some self-love. But it's Him, it's you, and then everybody else. Ain't no man come before Him. Ain't no woman come before Him. I'm going to say it again. It's Him, it's you, and then it's them. Or Him. And don't love him or her more than you love Him. Because He's going to remove them. Even when He don't want to pray, you better pray. Because you know what He did for you. When you know what you did behind closed doors. Nobody know everything about us. It's some stuff we going to go to our grave with. But guess who know? Got to be more careful. So on God's green earth, to you, my queen, and to you, my king, because we probably got some kings on here too. Have self-love. If you're being rejected, if you're being misused, abused, you don't have to stay there. You don't have to take that. Step out on faith. When they say, oh, yeah, you need me. You ain't going nowhere. The devil is a lie. You got to make plans. Because that man upstairs don't want us in toxic relationships. He don't want us in marriages that's not good for us. Stressing. Because somebody you faithful to is cheating on you. And you think Jehovah wants you to stay there? Got to be more careful. Got to be more careful. Love yourself. I love myself. I really love myself. At one time, I didn't. But to know better is to do better. You know what I'm saying? So if you know better, you got to do better with yourself. You got to man up. You got to woman up. Don't love nobody more than you love you. Don't give somebody all your eggs and you don't have nothing for yourself. I used to give my last. It had been time God then spoke to me and said, you better not give him none. And it hurt my feelings. And He said, didn't I tell you? Plain as day. Didn't I tell you not to help him? And I did it anyway. And He said, I'm going to show you. And He showed me. But when I repent and I say, Lord, I'm sorry. I should have listened to you. He gave it back to me. So now, when I hear that verse and He tell me don't do it, I ain't doing it. I don't give a damn who you are. If He tell me don't do it, I ain't doing it. That's how you got to get. No mean no. Know who to tell no. Know who to help and who not to help. Don't change who you are if you're a person with a good heart. You're just good. You just got to know who to help and who not to help. Because some people have hidden agendas and they come in your life for a reason in a season. And it's not a good season. They get what they want, then they gone. That's the people you got to watch. And guess who they go? Sister, brother, mama, daddy, husband, wife, grandchildren, nieces, nephews, cousins. They come in your life to steal, kill, and destroy what God then gave you and you didn't build, and you let them back in when he told you to come from among them, and you keep going back being stupid. Been there, done that. Every man got to carry their own cross. It's them people that you help, and at the end of the day, they're not gonna help you. Sometimes people go through stuff because he wants them to go through it. You ever thought about life like that? I'm gonna ask you a question, and then I'm gonna get off of here in a few minutes. When you was going through your trials and tribulations, and you needed help, who helped you? I'll wait. Who helped you? When you was calling people, and they see you calling on caller ID, and they don't call you back, and you was calling everybody. You couldn't even get a loan from nobody. And that man upstairs showed up and showed out. Think about that. Don't let that go over your head. Because he said, I never leave you nor to forsaken you. So why you worrying about them over there when them over there not worrying about you? When you feel like you don't have nobody else. When nobody else not answering the phone, nobody not answering the door, nobody don't want to be bothered. He's still there and going to be there. So if you can trust everybody else and they let you down, but the man always show up and show out, why you can't trust him? And you ain't got to be perfect. All you got to do is acknowledge him for being who he is. Don't let that run over y'all head. I'm just saying, get your house in order. Stop being unhappy, pretending to be happy with somebody that ain't even showing you that they happy being with you. Let go and let God. Like so many people told me so many times before, let go and let God. How about that? So until tomorrow, to all my queens and kings, I love y'all. Keep y'all head up and get out your feelings. Stop going off of your emotions. Because the enemy have us thinking stuff like, oh girl, well maybe this happened, maybe that. The enemy will play with your mind. The mind is a terrible thing to waste. The enemy will mess you up by having you believe in something. Like sometimes I be looking for stuff and the enemy have me thinking somebody didn't stole. Ain't nobody come here. Ain't nobody being here. So how can somebody steal something from me if nobody come to my house? But that's how deep the enemy be trying to control your mind and confuse your mind. Got to be more careful. Right? When you can't call on nobody. And nobody ain't answering. And ain't nobody calling. He ain't never left me. I left him. And guess what? The good part about it, whenever I left, he always opened his arms and said, I know you was coming back. I'm going to still allow you to go through because you shouldn't have left. He allowed us to go through stuff. He allowed us to bump our head. He allowed stuff to happen to us. And then he still take you back. Got to be more careful. So I love y'all. Y'all be blessed. I'll see y'all tomorrow on this beautiful Friday. Keep y'all head up and put him first. Don't put nobody before him. Put him first. Love yourself. If it's your children, love your children. And you can't even love your children more than you love God. You got to love him first. Because without you loving him and loving yourself, you can't love nobody else. So y'all be blessed. I love y'all, and I see y'all tomorrow. Gots to be more careful. Good night, y'all.